Yeah, so Kardak here, and I'm here with another Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be doing a deck profile on the Mastemon deck with the new starter deck out. With the new starter deck out, JOGRESS is a thing now, and purple and yellow are really strong, and you can see that with the prices skyrocketing for the Magna Angimons. But without further ado, let's get right into the deck profile. So for the Tamers, we're going to be running 4 of the Nadomon. You can run this for the, you can switch this out for the Chibi Meramon instead if you want. I'm just testing these out because they're new, and they're kind of hit or miss for me. If you do Digivolve into something else, then they're not that useful. We'll go over all the cards at the end, but next let's go over the level 6s. So we are running 4 Mastemon. Obviously this is the new boss monster of the deck, and she's really easy to get out. And she has a really amazing skill. 2 really amazing skills actually. One of them is on evolution, you can grab a purple or yellow Digimon from your trash and put it into your security. And then you can look at, if you JOGRESS, then you can look at all your security and grab a level 5 Digimon and play it for free, and then shuffle your security. And the second ability just combos really well with the first one. It's whenever a Digimon is played by an effect, you can pop one of your opponent's Digimon with a level, with the same or lower level as that Digimon. So very strong. You're gonna be able to pop a lot of Digimon, and if you're comboing this with Lucemon, you'll be able to pop even more stuff. So overall, just a really big strong card. Next, we are running 2 Unimons. So this is just to help you fetch some cards from your trash if you are running out of steam. And she also helps you kind of pile up your trash to get some combo pieces if you need it. So she's also, whoops, not focusing. She's just a pretty decent card. You don't really need her that often. I haven't actually used her that many times in my matches because most of the time I'll be finishing them off before I actually need it. But in events of a mirror match, she'll come in pretty handy. Next, we are running 4 Lady Devimon. So this is the one from BT3, and she's the best card to Digivolve into from your Gautamon. Basically, you can just, on evolution, draw 2, discard 2, so you can ditch your Lucemons and other stuff that you don't need. And the second ability is when you activate an option card, you can pop a level 3. So again, more control cards. And most of the time you'll be using this for the draws because you want to get your combo pieces as fast as possible, so most of the time you'll be Digivolving into this. Next we have the new Lady Devimon. This one is not as good because you look at the top 3 and you can search one Fallen Angel or Archangel, but then the rest goes to the bottom of the deck. She would be a little bit better if you mill the rest, but looking top 3, picking one is okay. It is kind of restrictive in what you can search for. Most of your level 5s will fulfill that condition though, so that's fine. But yeah, I'd rather have the draw 2 and discard 2 than discarding 1 and then looking at top 3 to grab 1. Because you can actually search for the Lucemons because it's not an angel, weirdly. Speaking of Lucemon, we're running 4 of the BT7 Lucemon Fall Down mode. So this is the secret rare from that set, and now he finally has a use. I think the prices for this card is going back up again, and it's for good reason. Most of the time, you'll only be using his on-play effect. On play, you can pop 1 level 6 or less Digimon, or you can pop 1 of your opponent's Tamer. So obviously, this is really good. And it's also level 5, so you can use this as JOGRESS material after you played it. So, very nice. Next, we are running 4 Magna Angimons. This is one of the main level 5s you run for yellow, just because you get a free recovery on play, and you can use it for your JOGRESS plays as well. Next, we're running 2 Mastemons. So mainly this is just here to help you play against Rookie Rush decks. On play, you can just pop 2 Digimon with 3,000 and less. Not bad. You can choose not to run it if you want, but I think he's okay. Instead, you can run more of these. These are Anji-Womons. So these are here to help you get the extra security check. I'm mainly running this for the security, for the inherent skill. The on-play is okay, but up against other JOGRESS decks, it's not that great. But it is still nice, and I like the extra security check that we get. On to the level 4s, we are running 4 Gatomon. This card is really good. Most of the time you want to on-play this because the advantage you get from this card is just way too good. And you can search for your stuff. You can Digivolve on top of this afterward for 1 cost with your Lady Devimon or Magna Angimons. So the cost is kind of there. Just really, I think this card will be good for a long time to come, as long as JOGRESS is still a thing. So I think, yeah, she's really good. Next, we're running 4 Wizardmon. This is the one with that's dual colored. Honestly, this one is, I'm playing it just because I like to have the option to Digivolve in my raising area. I see some builds that are not running any level 4s except for the Gatomon, which I think it's a little bit too YOLO for me. And you know, I am running some other stuff that might take advantage of having level 4, so that's why I'm running these. All right, next for the level 3s, we are running Salmon. So this has the same effect as the Gatomon, the evolution source skill. Basically, before the end of your turn, you can just JOGRESS. So if you have 2 level 5s on the field, you can DNA Digivolve or JOGRESS, whatever you want to call it. This is good because this deck is very cost heavy for your materials. So most of the time what you want to do is you want to set up with your. I'll do the tutorial later, but let's go for the rest of the deck there. But you just need to know that the Salmon is here for the end turn JOGRESS. It's not as good as this deck as it is in the Vmon deck, but I'm still running it because it is still an option, which is nice. And the other level 3 we're also running Tamers. This is just to help you get some more cards in your hand and to get some cheap shots in. Digivolving like this isn't that great, which is when Chibi-Meramon might be a bit more handy. But yeah, we'll talk about that later as well. Next, let's talk about Tamers. We're running 3 Yamatos. That's it for the Tamers. You can run TK instead. I know a lot of people run TK in their build so they can search for the security for cards. I like the Yamato more because it's kind of more flexible for me. So I can grab the stuff that I can't retrieve anymore from my trash. Mainly because I have my security retrieval, and that's Mastemon. Most of the stuff that I want to get will be fetchable by Mastemon, so I want to have options to grab stuff back into my hand. And grabbing Mastemon's back in my hand with Yamato is pretty good. Of course, Unimon can also do it, but I think Yamato is just pretty good as well. And also for TK, if you grab a purple card, you can't recover, so that's kind of an issue for me. Anyway, we're running 3 reinforced memory boost. This card's obviously really good. You can put some stuff inside your security while you grab a useful card from your back to your hand, and it also has delay, which gives you +3 memory, which makes your high cost plays less costly. And last but not least, we are running 1 grave memory boost and 3 of the Boosted Fall Down Mode option card. So this one just helps you grab more stuff from the trash. You can run this as a 4th security memory boost, but I think running this just helps me out with playing the memory game with my opponent. In case I don't want to give him too much memory on my turn, I'm not going to be forced to hard cast a level 5. So maybe I can just stall for a bit and just play this out and grab something from my grab something back to your hand for next turn. But yeah, Dead or Alive is just pretty good card in general, because you can play a level 5 purple Digimon from your trash, and if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you can play something with Lucimon's name. Obviously in this build, you're only going to be playing your Lucimons most of the time. If you have nothing else to play, you can play something else, but yeah, your main target is the Lucimon. So you can, if your opponent crashes this in your security, you can activate this, play a Lucimon, pop a Tamer or a Digimon, and if you have Mastemon on the field, you can pop something else since something gets played from your effect. And the second skill is active on both turns, so you'll be able to use it anytime. I know people play this with defeat, so you can pop a level 7 or less, but I think that's a little bit too gimmicky, so I'm not running that for now. But overall, I think this deck is really, really good. Let's go over some combos before we wrap things up. Alright, so the main combo of this deck is just using your Gatomon. You really want to have this in your opening hand. If not, the deck is a lot slower, so you want to find ways to dig into it. But yeah, so we have the Gatomon. You want to hardcast it so that you can search for your combo pieces. What you really need is just to have a level 5 yellow in your hand, and then you want to have one of the Lady Devimons. Preferably this one, so that you can ditch your Lucimons if you have any to set up for your Mastemon plays. If not, anything else also really works. I guess these are the main 2 Digimon you want to play with Mastemon's effect. So we're gonna Digivolve into the Gatomon for Digivolve into Lady Devimon for 1 cost, and then draw 2, ditch 2, maybe your ditch these 2 cards, and then before ending your turn, you just want to slap this down, and then you can recover 1. And then since you can proc Gatomon's skill, you can just put this into the top of your stack, top or bottom of your stack. And then Digivolve into Mastemon, and then you can grab a card back into and put it back into your security, perhaps a Lucimon. If your opponent has stuff on your field you want to blow up, you play Lucimon. If your opponent has nothing on their field, you can just play Magna and run recover 1, so they can have more security. And then you can do stuff from there. Other plays. This is the slower version of the build. Slower version of that. If you already have a Magna Angemon on the field, for example, if you're from your previous Mastemon, you can have the Wizardmon Digivolve into either or. This one, the thing I don't like about Wizardmon is it doesn't have the cost reduction, so it's not as good as the Gatomon, but it still works. You can Digivolve into your Lady Devimon if you want, and then you can ditch a card. And then if it passes to your opponent's turn, you can still JOGRESS and go into another Mastemon. And then you can just keep popping these out until your opponent's dead. It does brick sometimes if you don't get Gatomon. If you don't get Gatomon throughout your whole game, it's harder. Of course, you can just play it like a zoo deck and just keep slapping out your Megas. But if you have Gatomon, it just makes the deck a lot easier. Of course, you have to be careful now because the Impelgemon deck and the mirror matches have a lot of ways to get rid of these. So if your opponent gets rid of this on your turn, you're gonna be pretty boned as well. So you want to watch out how you make your plays. Also, a lot of the level 5s you're running are pretty low power based. So they're all like 6k. We have, obviously, Lucimon is 12k, which is fine. This Lady Devimon is okay as well because it's 8k. But if you look at the Palgrimon, the new JOGRESS Palgrimon, it can return stuff with 6k or less power to the bottom deck. So you wanna watch out, because if they do put it to the bottom deck, they're gonna kind of reset your turn, and that's not good. So we wanna be able to play around those and just watch out for the numbers. If you feel like they're going to be able to JOGRESS next turn, you want to kind of either hold on what you want to do, or you want to slap down something that won't get returned. So If you have the Howard cast, maybe you're gonna use the Mastemon instead, because it is a 7K. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to use the affiliate links down below if you guys are interested in supporting the channel. This deck is super fun to play, and I will be doing the red-green version of the deck, decks really soon. But this is Kartaku, and I'll see you guys next time.